Hey guys,
So hi guys, my name is Washington.
and my name is Pomine.
There is Pomi with our boy there. So we just want to talk about something, guys, that we now see like nowadays it is happening outside there. So we just decided to at least come with different views on why the marriages of nowadays they are not lasting for long. So I just decided to at least bring one of the women's here to at least try to explain to us, give us maybe the different views on why. On I think I'm not saying we'll be 100%
Correct.
correct on what we are saying, but just like a discussion. Because we see nowadays, we see especially mostly relationships of nowadays, they're not lasting long.
Yes.
You see maybe someone get married today, then some they even go for a wedding. You
Yes.
see they get married today, they after getting married today, then after maybe before even 1 year, you see those people they break up, they've divorced now. So you'll be asking yourself why the relationship of nowadays, because if you are to compare this relationship of nowadays and the relationship for maybe our those ages of our mothers, those people they to
Different.
stay maybe for even 15 to 30 years with their husband in the marriage. But nowadays you see now they get married today, they go for a wedding, after 3 to 5 months they break up. So we just want to at least try to
Unpack.
check and try to see why the relationships and marriages of nowadays doesn't last for a long. So I'm going to ask Pomi at least to try to explain, what do you think about this thing of the marriages and the relationships of nowadays? Why are they not lasting long? What do you think about this? And maybe at least after this, at least you try to explain to us maybe what is the maybe the advice that you can give to those who are still in their marriages or relationships, how they can try to cover up, at least they can at least to make sure their relationship or marriages will last long. So it's something like we need also the advice, at least give us the view, what do you think about the relationships and the marriages of nowadays.
Yeah. I think for me, the reason why a lot of relationships don't last or slash to marriage, right? Because before marriage, we have to have a relationship together.
Yeah.
I believe that we have to have like a relationship like for at least 1 year to 1 year to 1 year 6 months, because I believe in a space of 1 year or 1 year 6 months, at least up to 2 years, we would know each other. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should allow each other to first know each other, know your likes, know your dislikes, know your beliefs, know how you handle things, you handle relationships. A lot of people, I believe that the reason why relationships fail is because of the compatibility. At times you might find that person that you're not compatible to them.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Okay.
Compatibility. If you're not compatible to the person, maybe 6 years or seven down the line, you start seeing their character, or maybe the way they treat people, or maybe the way they react or to certain things, and you'll be like, but will I get married to this person? You get what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of things that you discover while in the relationship.
Okay.
And then that is when maybe a woman or a man would take a decision to say that I'm not going to go further with this relationship, you know. And when it comes to marriage, I think people rush into marriage before getting to know each other, because marriage is a big word. Like getting married, like as in wording, you understand, exchanging vows, it's actually a big thing. Maybe a woman might pressure a man into getting married, or maybe they're just lustfully in love with each other, because I believe that love is not just the only thing that can make a person get married to you. And I believe that that's the reason why marriages don't last nowadays. I hope you get what I'm saying.
Okay, so I think according to the way you're explaining, you mean you're trying to say, so this is another thing that leads to the divorce, because some people, they get married before they let each
even
other.
getting, yeah.
So you're trying to say, maybe when you for example, you are dating someone, maybe you are dating, I'm not saying maybe you're already in a marriage, maybe you're dating someone, so like you're trying to say, at least you need to have a period,
Yes, you have
of
to
time,
have a space of period.
whereby you are dating the person, just to at least to know each other, the behaviors of your partner, and also to learn each other.
And if you have like the same, if that person has the same values as you, because
Okay.
to, you know, when someone says I am not your type, or maybe it's not just about the looks, maybe it's because of the way that person sees you. You share the same values. Do you share the same beliefs? Do you know believe in the same things?
Okay.
You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like there are a lot of things that are involved. I've seen like a lot of people, like someone maybe will be in a relationship with someone for 3 months and then they get married.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Do you think you would have known someone within a space of 3 months?
So now, so like the advice, like when you're dating a person, you have to know your person.
Yes.
You have to know each other, learn each other on different ways. You have to know the behavior of your partner. You have to know how your partner behaves, reacts whenever you, because if you stay with someone for a long time, you know, even even every time when you have maybe quarrels, or maybe you have some fights, you even see the way you handle your fights, the way you calm down each other. You know, if you can be able to stay with that person for long, at least, for example, because no marriage is perfect.
No marriage is
even
perfect.
a relationship will never be a perfect thing, right?
Definitely.
So meaning to say, you have to know each other. Can I be able to control this person? Can I able to control my partner? Can we be able to stay together as mothers, as a husband and wife?
Yeah.
You have to know those things before you get married.
Yes.
So like because, for example, I still remember, there's this guy, you know, he just like dated one of the women's, right? They just met in the church, then they started dating maybe after 3 months down the lines. The guy started to plan about marriage, a lot of things,
Yes.
without even dating
the
for even that
more than
quite
6
long
months.
time.
Yes.
Then they get married to each other. So like we see nowadays, those people, they're even fighting every time. Yeah, this one, she don't respect me. Yeah, this one should do this and this. You understand? So I think these are the things that, according to what you are saying, this guy and this girl, maybe they were supposed to at least have time to be in a relationship.
Yes.
To know if they can be able to stay together, not just like this thing of now you see someone today, then you just like it, because sometimes, you know, love and liking someone, something different.
It's infatuation.
You know, sometimes you can like the person because she has a good body,
Beautiful,
you know, nice
face.
bumps, beautiful face, something like that. Then you say, hey, I like this person, because you like the person but you don't love the person.
Yes.
So because, you know, sometimes what I understand, love grows gradually.
Yes.
You have, at least you have time with the person. There are the things that you see on that person, then you start loving the person.
Exactly.
From liking the person. So sometimes people, they just like someone, then they start, you plan to marry someone that you like. Of course, deeply inside, love already is not there. The time you'll be developing love, you find out maybe already there is fight in the house. You take someone after 2 days, now he's your wife. After 5 days, you start telling each other, you don't even, you're not even my type, a lot of things. So I think at least we get some of the advice. You said at least people, they have to become compatible to each other,
and just to get to know each other, you know, just know that person very well. I know that there's a point whereby maybe a woman might pretend to be all good, all submissive, and then when she gets into the marriage, she's a different person, and you're like, ooh,
okay,
is this the person that I really married? I thought she was respectful, and maybe you can even introduce her to the family, and she's all da 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 da, and people are like, we like this woman, but maybe she's not that type of a woman. You know, I know especially women pretend a lot. She might pretend to be submissive, she might pretend to be, you know, respectful, but when you get married to her, then boom.
Okay.
I feel like you have to drag your partner to that point whereby you have to see their character, their real character. I believe that, as I was saying, 1 year to 1 year 6 months is actually a lot to actually know if you want to marry the person or not. You remember there's a saying that says, when a man knows, he knows.
So okay, so about, according to what I think, also, do you think is the only thing that you can say is, or maybe to you is the number one thing that you can say this
no,
is
it's just some. It's actually some. It's just partly
it's part of the other things that leads to
yes, and also please finance.
Finance.
Yes, like if the relationship, like we're in a marriage or in a relationship that doesn't have money, people tend to fight and maybe end up breaking up. That is the truth.
Okay.
Yes, that is the truth.
So you mean
finance, like money, financially, it plays a big role in relationships.
Okay.
That's what I've seen.
So you mean it's another thing that also leads to divorce.
Definitely.
Maybe but I want to ask, before these people they get divorced to each other, now we are talking about money. So tell me that when the time when you were in a relationship with that person, are you saying by the time you were dating the person, you didn't notice that, for example, this man or my boyfriend is not, he doesn't have enough financial to support you, or you were thinking the time you were in a relationship, you were thinking maybe things were going to be better when you're in a relationship? Because I'm sure when you're dating someone, you even see, even if you date me for 3 to 5 months, you can be able to see if the guy is a hustler, or the guy is working somewhere, or the guy is doing, maybe have his own side hustle that can this guy have money every time, or you just see. Because when you start saying, because if you say like financial is another thing that you think right, it's until it's just like we are trying to see and at least try to open up what is really going on. If someone goes, so meaning to say, you mean like, for example, if is another thing that leads to divorce
or break up.
Yeah, you mean the person or the girl, maybe by the time when she goes into a marriage, maybe she was planning, or she already after, she was maybe after money, after the man that the guy has. Because if you say it's another thing that you think maybe people they're
that's what I think. It plays a big role.
Yeah, so these women, for example, they go into a relationship without knowing that this person cannot be able to support me financially, or what are you trying to say on that one?
Like especially when it comes to finance, I might be in a relationship with a guy, and then I can actually see which this person would not afford me. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know that a woman has to have her own money, like for instance to do your hair and stuff, but I feel like a man has to also have money. You get what I'm saying? I might be in a relationship with you, but I know that maybe this relationship is not going to go far because of finance. Have you ever seen, even in marriages, if a man doesn't have enough money, they tend to be a lot of problems in the marriage.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes. In fact, to myself, I don't think I'm not arguing with you, and I'm not, at least, I think it's a good advice, but I think on that one again, if you see such thing happens like nowadays, I think, meaning to say, maybe the girlfriend or the girl already was after money.
No.
Because I know, love. If you love someone, whether the person is broke or the person is rich or whatever, I don't think that thing can lead to divorce, especially when because marriage is something that is different from a relationship, right?
I know. Because
if you choose to be in a marriage with someone, then meaning to say, you already tell yourself that I'm going to be there in bad and in good. So if you like nowadays, if the relationship of nowadays, I think to myself, this thing is because of, I think this is what I think. I think this especially like these young people of nowadays, they think marriage is to be in jail. Like they don't, in fact, already themselves, they have told themselves that they don't want to be in a marriage.
Yes.
They don't want to be in a marriage, full-time marriage. So they in fact, they have planned. When they're dating someone, they are planning at least to get some maybe benefits on that one. They can stay with, they go to marriage, but they know that they don't want to stay there long.
Yes, that's true.
They just want to benefit. Maybe, for example, the guy, the guy can be able to at least come back with money or like pay bills. They want to balance. They want their things to balance for a period of time. They can stay with you maybe for 3 to 5 years. A woman can do that.
Yes.
Can stay with you for 3 years, but they are planning, they are doing something.
And even
you find,
more.
Yes, you find out when they leave you, when they leave the marriage, they go and start their business there.
Yes.
Especially when if you are that kind of a man whereby you have money, they will be like eating your money.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, they will be making money from you. Then they go. So these are the things that lead to marriage. It seems like it will be like a marriage, but already that woman was planning.
Yes.
That I just want to support.
Yeah.
You know, some of the women, they go into a marriage because of their situations.
Yes, that's true.
So those are the things that leads to divorce. Because if someone was in a relationship because of a reason,
yes,
as soon as that reason, so right, as I was saying, because that is my point of view, according to these relationships and marriages of nowadays. And I think another thing that is happening, without even talking about this women of nowadays, there's this another thing of, I think these things of, equal rights, I think is another thing that can be, that can also lead to divorce in marriage. Because women of nowadays, they don't want to be under men. They don't want to someone who will be like, because we believe that as a man, you believe that you want your woman or your wife to be under you. Not like the person will be like, at least like bow down and pray, but there's that respect that we want. And that respect was there before, on those, if you are to ask the women, those old women, they will tell you that long time a woman was supposed to kneel down when you are at least giving something to your husband. Do you know those things? Those things were happening. I'm telling you.
Yes, I know.
Those some that were other things that women were doing to show respect to their husband.
Yeah.
But nowadays they will be. If you imagine telling a woman of nowadays that you have to kneel down, baby, for me, they will tell you that they see like you're underrating them, or they think like we are bad, like I respect. She thinks like you don't respect him. So now there is no that thing of saying as a woman is supposed to give respect to my husband. Whenever my husband is washing hands, then you want to eat. Yes.
You know why, ne? Because we're not even used to that. We grew up in a way whereby like we're not even taught those things. Or rather, even if we're taught, ne, but it's because of the environment that we grew up in. Like those things, it feels like it's a funny stuff.
Right. So what I'm saying is that because when we are in a relationship, I think those are the other things. I'm just like thinking.
Contributing.
Yes, those are the things that can contribute. Because when you are in a marriage with your wife, right? Then you at least you try to say something to your wife, like maybe you're trying to at least give a different views to your wife. Then it's that my wife maybe is like she's thinking maybe I don't respect you. Because already these ones of nowadays, they have that mind that no, a man cannot tell me what to do. How can a man control me? Tell me that I must not go this way. I must not go to a gig. I must not go for all night. What? I must not go to see my cars at night. I must not go and see Big Zulu. I must not go to see Button that guy singing because they don't want they don't want to be controlled. The
reason why I said you have to know your woman, that those are the type of things that you come across when you don't know the person. You have to know the type of a person that you're in a relationship with.
Yes.
There are women that love partying.
Yes.
There are women that just love drinking, going out on parties. It's something that they're used to. And for them to get in a relationship and adjust to being a wife, it's going to take a lot of time. And mind you, they might not even change. I'm telling you, they might not even change.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to say right now. I'm saying those things, even if you can be in a relationship, because you remember when people are in a relationship, they tend to hide a lot of things.
Yes, they do.
You know, you can be in a relationship with a man with a man that kills people. But you can be there for 5 years and you don't even notice that this is what he's doing. But once you're in a relationship, in marriage with that person, that is when you start to see the characters and the behaviors and their true colors.
Yeah.
Right. So I think those things, some of the things, we cannot fix it because you never notice it.
Yes.
It's why when you're in a relationship with a person, those people, they don't show you the other side of them. Because they know that once what I show my girlfriend, that I'm that kind of person whereby we are fighting, you have to jump and take even texts and throw away and they start maybe beating her. You cannot do that to your girlfriend. At least you pray. But once you take that person in your house, it's where also men they can also do that. A man cannot show you that he's rude, he's like maybe is that person like violence. He cannot show you those things, right? When you are in the time you're dating the person. But once you start staying with that person, that is when you see the true colors.
Exactly.
Right.
And that is when it leads to.
But I think to me, the first thing that I can say to me is the first thing that leads to divorce is this thing of this thing that I was talking about, this thing of equal rights thing. I said women of nowadays, they don't want to be under their husbands. So if you are in a relationship, or a marriage with your husband, then remember nowadays, because of this technology thing, women can, because now these women of nowadays, they don't want to go to her husband and say, babe, you know what, I want to go to see Marcus performing. Then I'll come back later. Because they know that once they say that, a man will say, no, you cannot do. And once a man say, no, you cannot go to see Marcus, they were performing at night, they think, no, this man, he cannot tell me what to do. I have to go.
I think
then they will go.
It also depends on the type of woman that you're married to. You can even marry a woman of nowadays, but that woman, maybe she's not used to those type of stuffs.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
I believe it's just the type of person that you're married to. There are other young women out here, like they don't even do parties. They've never been to a club. They don't even know what is a beer or what is a cider. It just depends on the type of woman that you're married to.
Okay.
And so you just have to be wise and select and know the person. There's no way you can be in a relationship with someone for at least 6 months. You already know that this woman is this type of a woman.
Okay.
She's a woman that is capable of drinking, a woman that is capable of going to clubbing, partying, and doing all those things. Those are the signs that you must look out for.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're looking for
Okay.
a woman to marry.
Yeah, I think
because there are types. There are
Okay.
types. It's not everyone who is a wife material type.
Okay. So you mean this thing, they depends
With the type.
the type of the person.
With the type.
Okay.
The type. For instance, like I could actually give you an example of my little sister.
Okay.
She's 206, right? Woman of nowadays. But if I tell you that she doesn't even know what alcohol is, or clubbing or whatever.
But do you think? I think another thing also, is it not because of maybe these women, right? These ladies, they get married while they're still young.
Yes.
I think if you want to take a look nowadays, these are 2000 these ones. Because now these people of 2000 now they are almost 25 years right? So these people now we find out that the person is already married. That person, that girl already has a baby.
Yes.
So they never have even time to enjoy themselves.
Yes.
Because remember, before you get married, you need to have time to
for
learn
yourself.
to at least spoil yourself. Some they are not even working.
Yes.
They've never worked.
Yes.
They don't even know how to eat their money or to do anything. Then by same time you get married.
Yes.
So now you see those people that are not married, they are enjoying outside, they go out, they do a lot of things.
Yes.
Now you cannot be able to do those things because now you are under your husband.
Yes.
So now you'll be like admiring things that you see outside. Now I cannot be free the way
I was
supposed to be doing, like the way these people are doing. Because why? I get married while I'm still young. So you start giving that reaction to even to your husband. You start acting like someone who is like I can even go.
You know what, Ne?
Yeah.
I also feel like marriage is just about being ready, mentally ready, physically ready, emotionally ready for everything, you know.
Okay, yes.
Because if you're not ready, I'm telling you, it's not just about age, it's about being ready, you know.
Okay.
A lot of people tend to divorce or stuff like that because they were not ready for that type of thing. It was maybe just a rush, quick decision. Oh, let's get married. You see, and then later now, when you're just alone, you'll be like, but I think I got married early.
Right.
You know, it's not just about the age. Someone might be 25, ne, but they're still not yet ready for a marriage. As we're still talking about a 2000 women, ne, some of them, they even got married maybe when they were 18 or 19. You see, by this time, she's already 25, she's already a matured woman, but now she's like, I regret. I never really had time for myself. You get what I'm saying? It's just about being ready. It's
Yeah,
more like even having a kid.
Yeah,
It's just about being ready.
Yes, I think it's another thing that is happening. But don't you think that also even this thing of comparatism can also lead to divorce?
Comparing like your husband with another
Yeah,
husband
maybe
or wife with
yeah,
another woman.
maybe for example, let me say we are staying in this apartment, right?
Yes.
Then our next door, maybe there's another lady who is married to a rich man. Then you see those people going out maybe every weekends, every Saturday they go to beach. They every time you see them driving a good car. For example, you're not driving.
I think you have a point.
Then you see, for example, your another girl, maybe the girl that just a simple woman that you know. She was not married before. Now you see they are married. Now they see the life that they are living.
Yeah.
You see them eating in expensive restaurants. You see them going out. You see them even not sleeping at their house, maybe sleeping at an expensive hotel. A lot of things. Then like you'll be looking at yourself like, hey, the way I'm living,
it's not even up to my
standard.
standard.
Up to my standard.
Yeah.
Then you start looking for those men that you see outside there. Those one that looks like they are rich, they have money. At least they spoil yourself. So I think those are another thing that can also lead, because you are staying with your husband, but your husband cannot be able to take you out. He doesn't have enough money. It's not financially stable. That is the person who can take you out every time whenever you expect it. But you always see your friends going out, or those that are married next to you going out and buying a lot of clothes every week. They buy clothes every week. You see them eating. Sometimes they can eat only once in their house. Mostly you see them coming with pizza. Every time you see them coming with Adidas. Then you'll be asking yourself, maybe you have only 2 pairs of shoes. Then you'll be like looking at your husband and say, but yes, I think if I was the wife to this man, it is the life that I want, baby. You know what?
Yeah.
Then you start creating some arguments with your husband because of what you see there.
It's the societal pressure.
So you'll be watching, you'll be looking at yourself and think maybe the marriage that you are in a wrong marriage.
Yeah.
At least you have to look for someone who can take care of you, someone who can do whatever you want. Whenever you want to go for beach, you will take you before beach. So I think those are the things. But especially nowadays, the life that we are living nowadays, it's a life with a competition.
Yeah.
You know, a young guy, you can see a young guy maybe less than even 25 years. He's driving a very expensive car. You see that person have a lot of money. And you don't even know where they get their money. But you know, to women, when they see that thing, or they see someone being spoiled, they feel like if they were the ones that were doing all those things. So in your marriage, like you are no longer stable in your marriage. Like you feel like one leg inside, one leg outside. Like you're playing like, I cannot stay in that kind of a marriage. I want to be spoiled. I want to go outside.
Yeah, I feel like especially nowadays, social media has played a big role, especially for me.
Right.
At some point, my auntie advised me, she was like, "Oh, okay, by the way, you're born in this generation where like there's social media and you see people doing a lot of things, buying wigs, doing this. Do not be pressured by what you see on social media, because social media is not a real place." That's what she said.
So you see now that also now we can also technology also.
Yes.
Even like this thing of social media nowadays, whenever you open TikTok,
yes, the pressure.
You open Facebook, or maybe it's a YouTube,
yes.
You see like, oh, this man is taking his wife, and those people, they'll be posting every day, going to beach, posting them in an expensive hotel, posting them just bought and recently they bought maybe a BMW, they bought X5, a lot of things.
And especially like you feel pressured, especially even when you see like single women out there, single young women. For instance, I can give you an example of like Nishani Ndamase. You see how she's living a life. She's a woman who is in her late 20s. She's young, she has money, she has everything, and you look at her, but like, but if I'm single, if I was like Michelle, I'll be like enjoying my life, you know. the way she's going for clubbing, for whatever, even if she wants to go to Dubai and stuff like that. It's just societal pressure.
So you mean so you mean like social media also some women?
Yes, it has a very great impact.
You see
on
other
young
women
women.
outside there spoiling themselves alone without a man.
Yes.
They eat
And
money,
you feel
they do whatever they want at the time when they want to do it.
Yes.
Then you be like, we think like me, now I'm under someone who is controlling me. I have to go and ask someone whenever I want to go outside. I have to go and ask someone if I want to buy pizza. I have to go and ask someone if I want to go to church. So now you like feel like it's better. This person is at least controlling me too much.
Yeah.
It's better I live my own life without someone who is controlling me or telling me what to do.
Yeah, it's just
then those are things. I think after admiring such kind of life, you know, even if you are in a marriage, you start like misbehaving to your husband.
Yes.
Like whenever your husband tries to tell something, you say something, you just give that cold shoulder or just give that I don't care attitude. So whenever your husband trying to say this and this, then the fight starts, then you take your bags and leave the marriage.
Yes, because of those things.
Because you want to be free.
Yes, yeah. Especially, you know, these influencers, I'm telling you, these single influencers, what's that woman's name? Like, she's a social media influencer name. Like the way she just dresses, the way she eats her money, the way she just gallivants everywhere. You know, you'll be thinking that, oh my God, like if I'm like that woman or like that woman, you know. It's like that.
I think this is
social media
100% good advice. So okay, on whatever we have discussed, on everything that we have discussed regarding this issue. Since now, you know, we are running out of time, we just need a list. We have a lot of things to do, and all those viewers, maybe at least we have time, a long time discussing about this. So what advice do you think you can give to those that are still in their marriages, and which advice can you give to those that have already left their husband or divorced with their husband or a woman because of others? Which advice do you think you can give to them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the advice that I could give to married people is that love is not enough. You just have to have respect for that person, you know, and understanding to that person, because love, respect, understanding can lead to longer relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you love that person, not just only love them, understand them, not just only understand them, respect them. You understand?
Okay.
It can also like lead to longer
marriage.
Yes, And to those that are not yet married but are in a relationship, I feel like you guys should take your time, study the person, and if that person is not working for you, you can actually move to the next person. That is what I can tell you. If that person is not compatible to you, if that person doesn't have the same values and all those type of things, I feel like you just have to, you know, they always say better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have learned a lot from Pomi. I think she at least tried to explain and elaborate on those things that we have been discussing here. So thank you guys for watching us. At least guys, we don't forget to give us your like. At least like us, guys, follow us. Yes, Pomi, you know we have our beautiful son.
Before we close, you also have to give us your advice. Yes.
Okay, I think since Pomi said I have to at least give advice, I think on my point of view on everything that I was also raising on what I think on this issue. I think my advice to those that are married and those ones that are not married, I think it's better to be satisfied with whatever you have. You understand? And you know what I'm trying to say? When I'm saying try, at least you need to be satisfied. Whenever you have your broke husband, whenever you have rich husband, once you choose your broke husband, it's once and for all.
Yes.
You don't need to look back. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. And also, as a woman, if you are a woman or a wife, you have to know that you should be under your husband. Respect your husband. I'm not saying you must worship him.
Yes.
No, but respect him. And also a man is supposed to respect his wife. But at the same time, a woman is the one that you have to give respect to your husband. And also I can advise that before you get into a marriage with someone, as for me have discussed before, you have to at least know your person, know each other in every aspect. Behaviors, the way the men behave, the way a woman behaves, if you can manage to stay together for the rest of life. Because remember, marriage is for the rest of life.
It's a long-term thing.
It's not something that you have to say, I do it today, then I'll stop it tomorrow. Because once you do it once, you do it forever. So whether you can leave the marriage and whatever, but we already know that we are married. So it won't remove that name on top of it that you were married. Before. So if you want to choose, because marriage is not like a relationship. Whenever you're dating someone, you can just leave a person anytime because you're dating. But when you're in a marriage now, it's something that, for example, you have a baby, so, leaving your wife or husband, then at least you lead to problems to your children. Because imagine whenever you see or leave your husband, you go with children, then you go and get married to someone. You know the way this man will be treating your children, because they are not him, for him.
Exactly.
It's also same applies to you, to women, to us men.
The way that women will be treating.
Stop. Then whenever, the way I'll be treating someone's children,
it's different.
It's different from the way I at least treat my son. So sometimes we have to think before we act, not like act, think after acting, because it will lead to problems. So think before you leave your marriage. Whenever you fight with your husband, because no marriage is perfect, you have to check all the cause, because it's those things. It won't even affect you only. It will affect your children. But if there's no children, then I don't know. But at least those that are children.
Even if there are no children, it will affect you still.
Yeah, because children, they will suffer because of whatever we are doing. We fight, then we separate. Then you go with my son to another man. Then another man will be like treating my son whatever you want. Because you cannot be there every time. Remember. Also, it same applies. So I think my advice is think before you act. And whenever you are married, give respect to your husband. Comparativism, stop comparing about what is happening outside there. Be satisfied with whatever you have with your husband. If your husband is a hustler, if you met with your husband while he was a hustler, then why are you now choosing? Why are you now thinking? Why are you now sliding back? Right? What you can do is only to support your husband from whatever he's doing. What you can do is to support your wife from whatever she's doing. Then you go forward, right? You start raising things together. I think that is an advice that I can give to those that are married, because I think those are the things that is leading to divorce and a lot of things, because comparatism too much. Maybe you admire to live a expensive life, while we are not yet there.
Yes.
Everything
and
goes with time.
Maybe the person that you married to is not even there.
And everything goes with time.
Yes.
God blesses you in different times. You don't have to choose and look at what those people are living. What are they eating? They go outside every day. Then you take those things to you put it in your heart. Then you leave your husband. So it's not something that I can advise to anyone. The advice is to think before you act. Then you act as a married man or a married woman. I think so. Thank you guys for watching. You again. Yes, for me, there's our son. So thank you guys for watching. Keep on watching us. Keep on following us. Next time, guys, we are here full time, 24/7. We'll be giving you advice. We'll be explaining to you what is really going on, what is happening. And whatever, guys, we see, nowadays, a lot of topics are coming, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to love us, because we love you, guys.
And also follow our YouTube channel. Bye.
Follow our YouTube channel. You don't forget. Bye.